Welcome to Close Distant Relatives, about two siblings who remain close despite a large age difference and living states apart. I'm Connor,
I'm Megan.
and thank you for joining us this week.
Thank you.
So I just want to start off with the same stuff we always start off with. So, what are you snacking on? What are you drinking this week?
So I am trying to be on a diet this week, so I'm not really snacky on too much. But I have switched from vanilla Coke Zero to cherry Coke Zero. Just mix it up a little bit,
Yeah, yeah,
So that's
get
what I'm
real
indulging
creative.
in. What
Okay,
about you?
okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, we got some stuff at Costco this week, so I've been snacking
Mm.
on like Peyton. Our son loves Z bars, so
Oh my gosh,
um,
yes.
yeah, so we have some Z bars, and he has a couple flavors he doesn't like, so I've been eating those, which I wouldn't say they're amazing, but like they're okay.
They're
Like,
kind of good actually when they get like a little warm. Like sometimes
yeah,
I'll have my lunchbox and like midday I'll pull one out and I'm like, this is actually pretty good. But like
yeah,
just out of the package, eh.
I agree. We brought it home from Costco, and they were warm, and I was like, it's kind of good. I'm not gonna lie, I
Mm-hmm.
like this. So I've been snacking on those, along with some Lactaid cookies and cream ice cream.
Ooh, getting
Yeah, getting
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, I saw that they had new flavors. Usually it's like chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, but HEB has cookies and cream, chocolate chip cookie dough, mint chocolate chip, a bunch of Lactaid flavors. So I tried cookies and cream, and it's pretty good. So I've been snacking on
Cookies
that.
and cookies and cream is my favorite ice cream flavor,
Yeah,
so I might have to try that if I
you
can
should.
find it here.
It's very good. My favorite is mint chocolate chip, but I went with cookies and cream because I do love
Yeah.
that as well. I like when they're mixed. I like cookies and cream and mint chocolate chip together.
Mm, hot take.
Hot take. Hot take. I've heard it tastes like Oreos and toothpaste. That's what people tell me.
Hmm.
Don't care. I love it. It's phenomenal to me.
From our hometown ice cream shop, their mint ice cream is like a delicacy. Like my favorite ice cream ever. I don't like mint from anywhere else. I only like it from them. Probably because it's like 99% vanilla with like a hint of mint. But
It's just
it's
the
so
color
good.
of mint.
It's so good though. So I have gotten like cookies and cream flurries or blizzards or whatever with their mint ice cream. So that is good. I will give you that.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'm a large fan, but I know I'm in the minority with for that, so
Mm-hmm.
that's fine. I'll deal with that. I also have been watching the World Cup. The World Cup's been on the past couple
Yeah.
days. Been watching the World Cup. I've had this. This is my last week off before I start my new job, so just been sitting with our baby and playing with her, and then watching the World Cup. So that's what I've been
The dream.
watching this week. Yeah,
Nice. Nice. So that's your show that you've been watching?
yeah,
All
and
right.
still Peaky
Well,
Blinders. We're still watching Peaky
oh, right.
Blinders.
Right. Okay. So we've been off for a couple weeks. So I have some shows I want to talk about.
Okay, please
So
do.
I've got some shows I've been watching. So I love my reality TV, right? So the first one is so I listen to this podcast that covers reality TV shows, focus on sister wives, obviously, but then they watch other shows. And so they've been recapping This Is Polly, which is on WeTV, which is even more trashy than TLC. And it is so good. Oh my god, Connor, like you guys have to watch this. It's insane. Like insane. There's a couple on there that are lesbians and their whole thing is that they want I can't remember if it's 99 or 9900 bitches. Like that's their goal.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know why. I'm not really sure. They never said. But like they're like constantly like looking for like potential girlfriends and then like testing them out with other potential girlfriends and I really don't know what the end goal is other than like the 99 whatever. But it's so good. So that's
Wait, hold on.
one.
That
Yeah,
that
you gotta
reminds
watch
me.
that.
That reminds me. That just like made me think of Lil Wayne's song "Brand New," where he's like, he just in the middle of it's like, let's get more bitches," and I said, "Let's get more bitches," and you just keep saying it. That's what made me think of. But that's
I mean,
interesting.
that's kind of what they sound like. That's yeah.
More.
It's amazing. It's on Friday nights and it's so good.
Okay.
And then my second show with my husband, we've been watching Widow's Bay on Apple TV, and that is also so good. It's like Haunting of Hill House meets Midnight Mass meets Parks and Rec, and it's so good. We're only on like the third episode because we haven't had a ton of time to watch it, but it's very good. Highly recommend.
With 3 kids, you guys don't have just a ton of time to do whatever you want.
Not really. No. The
No.
last time we watched it, so our anniversary was last weekend. Shout out. Thank you, 11 years. And that's what we did. We went bar hopping for a couple minutes, and then we watched Widow's Bay at the hotel.
Nice. You guys are so cute, so old. I love
Living
it.
the dream.
Yeah, no, we've been watching. That one sounds good. I will add it to the list. Yeah, that's the one that you made fun of me for not knowing the director.
We have to add both to the list.
Okay, I'm not sure you're gonna get me and my wife to watch reality TV.
But there's so much good content. It's so funny.
Maybe we'll save it for the next time that we're all together and we can work together. But no, I'll add the other one to the list. Both to the list. But no, that's the one you were making fun of me because I didn't know the director or the producer or something like that.
It's not. That's not the director, the producer, but so Mike Flanagan is the one who did like Hill House, Bly Manor, Midnight Mass. Like he's like my favorite, and I don't know directors either. I was making fun of you because I only know him because I love every single thing he's ever done.
Right.
So I'm obsessed.
I've liked everything he's done. I just didn't know his name. So, but yeah, no, the only show we've been watching is Peaky Blinders, which obviously I've seen it before, but it's probably my favorite show of all time. And since I've been without career, without job, we've been watching it a lot. And I think we're already so there's 6 seasons, and I think we're already in season 4. I mean, there are longer episodes, but there's only 6 episodes a season, so you can kind of get through it. But yeah, we're already in season 4, and I got her actually into it and not just kind of watching it, and she likes it a lot, so that one's cool. But I don't think we have any other shows right now that I'm trying to think of. I think that's it. She's watching some shows. I'm watching some shows, but we haven't picked one out together that we're watching. So
kind of hard to do. The more kids you have, it's at least for us, we can have one a season, or one in the fall, one in the winter, whatever. But more than that, unless they're the shorter ones, we'll watch the docu-series and stuff. But other than that, it's really hard to.
Especially
otherwise, you're months past, you're watching it forever.
Yeah, and it's also especially if your schedules don't line up 100%. If I'm getting up with our kids and then she's heading out for the day, and then by the time she gets back, I head out to go work a shift, and then so it just is tough. But I'll definitely have to talk to her about the Widow's Bay. Is that what it's called?
Widow's Bay. You really should, because it really is good. And like I said, we're only 3 episodes in, but people are talking about it it's the same as Haunting of Hill House and Midnight Mass. And I love Haunting of Hill House. I feel that's probably the number one horror show that's on a streaming service. That's really the number. But I also love Midnight Mass. I love that one. And it's very similar to both of them.
I'm trying to remember Midnight Mass. I'm looking at. Oh, okay.
I don't even know if you watched that one.
I don't think I did, but I remember it. Because it had the guy from Friday Night Lights, the show, Zach Gilford. But I loved Haunting of Hill House. That was great.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and Midnight Mass, our son is named after one of the characters. Not named after him, but we already that name we watched that show, and then like I got pregnant like the month after we watched it, and
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know, it was one of the contenders and it won. But I don't know. I feel like I kind of like it even more because like our son is one of the characters' names. You know.
Yeah, it's cute. I noticed you guys didn't pick the name that I threw out there. That's fine.
What was the name?
I have no clue. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't think I did. But
I think you did.
no, speaking of names, this kind of goes into our favorite family member quote of the week. This isn't it, but there's a road in kind of like north downtown area that we have to pass, and it's the same name as our son. But it's three names, but his name is part of it, and he's like, they named it after me, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, they did. And in my head, I'm like, this road's been here since like 1895. But you're right, they named it after you. It's really cute.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. They named it after him. But speaking of him, I do have a quote from him that it's very short, but we went for up to my wife's parents for her dad's birthday last weekend, and I was sitting there and I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to try to like ask grandpa what his age is without asking what his age is. Like, we're gonna have to kind of think about it. And I was like, how old do you think he is? And I asked my wife, and because she didn't know, she was like, oh, I think like, maybe 56. And I was like, yeah, I think like 54, 55. And I was like, what about you, buddy? And he goes, probably 99, 97. And I was like, no, for real. And he was like, okay, 70. And I was like, yikes. And he was like, well, he doesn't have hair. And I was like, fair, I guess.
He's not wrong. He's looking at those context clues, you know?
Yeah, he was like, well, he's no hair. So, like, he's got to be old.
That's
and I was
fair.
like, I think he's just bald. But okay.
That's funny.
That was it. I just thought it was hilarious.
That is cute. Aw. So mine is kind of like a mixture. My youngest has all of a sudden started talking, which is so cute and so fun. She's always like, she's been able to say words, but she'll pretend that she can't. So if like you hear her say something, like, did you say that? She'll be like,
I don't think so.
No. Who are you talking to? I'm a baby.
I would never do that.
She really fully plays into like, I'm the baby of the family, and she is, and she's treated like it. But like, she fully literally the other day, I was like trying to get like her nose was stuffed up, and she goes, Mama, a baby. Like, I'm a baby. You don't get my nose. That's torture. You
can't do that. I'm a baby.
Yeah, I was like, girl.
CPS is on the way. CPS is on the way.
On the way, she was calling them. But one of my favorite things that she started saying is, I'll say oopsie, and she'll go, oopie.
That's so cute.
Yeah. So
I love
I'm loving that. And like, I'll just be talking, and she'll like repeat like 3 words that I said. I'm like, girl, you've been able to talk for a while. You've been hiding it.
Mm-hmm. My siblings talk for me. I'm fine. I'm a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a baby.
Fully. Yeah. That's fully her personality.
Yeah. I think I sent you the picture or video, but our baby is, my wife and I's baby is trying to stand up on things. She hates sitting up. I mean, you saw, she hates sitting up. Wants to crawl or wants to stand up. Does not want to sit up, but now she will sit up so she can push herself into a potential standing position. So that's been really fun. But the thing that she's picked up is so everything, and it's adorable because she'll just do it out of the blue, like no one's even talking to her, and then she'll
I didn't like what you said.
Yeah, actually change the song. Change the song.
That's so cute. You can see her doing that too.
Yeah, it's so cute. All right, so the kind of topic or kind of genre for this episode obviously is summertime. Since it is summertime, our kids are on summer vacation, and it's hot here. The heat index was 114 today, so that
It
was
is
fun.
fall here. It is chilly.
I would love that so much.
I actually
But
have
yeah,
not hated it. It was literally like 69 today, and we went outside 2 times,
nice.
and it was amazing. I had like a long sleeve on, and it was perfect.
I wish, man. I wish. I mean, a heat index of 115 is crazy. Absolutely
That
crazy.
is. That is. I could
Uh,
never. I would die.
yeah, I don't ever want to do it again. I hope this is the last summer I ever have to do it. But anyways,
Yeah.
so yeah, I wanted to talk about summer vacations, some that we took as kids, and maybe you took some before I was birthed, and kind of how our summers
Maybe.
were different.
Mm-hmm.
And then wanted to talk about the pool that magically disappeared one day while it was just Connor at home, and then some summertime favorites. So,
Yeah.
I guess what was your favorite part of summertime growing up?
Um. Well, I loved our babysitter, who's a family friend. They when we first started going to them, it was their grandpa had a huge indoor pool, or not indoor pool, in-ground pool, um, that he just let whoever come over. And then they
Massive
moved
backyard too.
massive and beautiful, and like sunroom and the whole thing. Um, and then they ended up moving into that house. And then her sister did, and I babysat for those kids. So many years in that house. And just all the pool parties there, just like us going to
Hmm.
daycare, what, like 2, 3 days a week. And we would just
Yeah,
spend 90% of our days at the pool.
yeah.
And it was so nice.
And it was funny too because like as I got older too, I mean not even got older. I mean it started when I was like 6. I would just go there on Friday, and then Dad would come pick me up, and I'd be like, "Can I spend the night?" And he'd be like, "Whatever, sure." And then I'd call on Saturday and be like, "Can I stay the night again?" And sometimes they'd be like, "Sure."
Yeah.
And so like I would just spend like 5 straight days there. But it was so fun. I mean, they had that in-ground pool. They had a huge basement, huge
Oh yeah.
backyard, tons of
Like
kids.
basement was like a full playroom.
Yeah, they had a
Like,
custom built pool table. They had like video game area. They had toy area. So just a ton of stuff. And I mean, all of our friends growing up, most of our friends growing up went there.
mm-hmm.
Um, and
They had
then
kids
then
both of our ages. So
yeah. So
yeah.
we grew up together, and there was kids in the neighborhood. The neighborhood was very quiet and secluded, so like we could
Mm-hmm.
play in the street,
Right. And
and
like
so that
we have
yeah,
a family member who lives in the neighborhood, like
yeah, yeah,
just yeah, like a dream like childhood place to like grow up and spend your time.
yeah, absolutely. It sucked when they moved out of that house,
Mm-hmm.
but I
But then it stayed in
understood.
the family
Yeah, it
for
stayed
a
in the
little bit,
family
you know.
for a
So
while, so that
we
was
were
cool.
still going there at least a little bit.
Yeah. Um, so summertime vacations, I don't remember a ton that we took together besides your
Mm-mm.
all-time favorite Cooperstown, New York trip that we took. That's like probably the only one I remember that we went on together that was like an actual like road trip. Um,
Well, so we went when you were a baby, like a baby. So obviously you don't remember it, but like you
mhm.
were maybe, so you were born in April. It was maybe July. So maybe you were three
Okay,
months. That's like 3 months, right? Yeah.
that's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. We went up to the lake, like a popular like inland lake, and we stayed in a cabin, and that was really fun. I think we stayed for a week. And I do remember that. It was like really, really fun. We were on the lake, but then we weren't at a campground, but it was kind of set up like a campground. Like it was like cabins, and they
Hmm.
had like a community pool, community like place you could hang out. So our older brothers were always like gone doing whatever, but we would spend most days like either at the pool or at the beach. And there's so many pictures of you literally like a newborn, like swaddled up laying on a pool chair
That's right.
with our dad or our mom sleeping because you never slept. So,
Yeah,
but
I
you're
didn't sleep through the
fully in
night.
the sun. You're fully in the sun, swaddled up, sleeping. And every time I see those pictures, I'm just like, you could never. Like they would call CPS these days if
Yeah.
that was a thing. But that I do remember that was a fun vacation. Like I remember I had like Pop Tarts every day, and I had like room. And then somebody fell off a bunk bed. I don't think it was me. I think it was our.
Well, I hope it wasn't me.
It wasn't you. I think it was the brother that's older than me. Like the next one up, I think. I don't think it was me.
That's awesome.
But
I
yeah.
love that.
So that one was fun. That's the only other like summer one I can think of.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, if I get skin cancer, I'm gonna just send the bill to them for that. But that's
Uh,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, I obviously don't remember that because I was a newborn. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the only one I remember is going to Cooperstown. And I mean, I was probably 6 years old, 5 years old there. Maybe older.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
really remember.
Well, to be
But
fair, South Dakota was also in the summer. So they kind of like
okay.
together because I hated them both so much that they kind of
Yeah.
just into like one.
I mean, that's fair. I don't remember much about Cooperstown, except for I mean, I remember a little bit of like the Baseball Hall of Fame, but I just remember being at the campsite or the campground. We had gone to Applebee's, I think, and you
Mm-hmm.
could still smoke there, and that was like something I'd never thought of because Michigan was pretty early to ban smoking in restaurants.
No, I
Um,
think it was only like a year or two before that. I think you just didn't remember because you were so young.
probably. In my head, it's a long duration of time, and it was
Mm-hmm.
crazy that I was like, "This is full of smoke," um, which is ironic too, because it's like the non-smoking was like just next to the smoking, so like it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like it during that era. But anyways, I remember we stayed at a hotel, and I was mad because I couldn't watch the Tigers on TV. They were only showing the Mets and the Yankees, and then the next night we went to that campground and stayed in the cabin. I think it was like some type of cabin. We stayed there for a couple days, and you and I went to. We had gotten in and like put all our stuff down and like picked out where we're gonna sleep and stuff like that. And our our parents were like, "Go do something." And there was a volleyball court, and you and I went to go play volleyball. And I only remember this because there was I think another girl there, and then like two guys, and we are about to play, and this guy just goes, "Give me a second, I'll be right back." And the campground's behind us. It kind of like root is like a big oval, but there's a woods right here, and he just runs into the woods, and then just never came back. And we were like supposed to play volleyball, and we waited for like 10 minutes, and I just remember you being like, "Okay, well, I guess we'll just go home, like, or we'll go back to the campsite or whatever." He just didn't come back, and it was, I mean, maybe now it was like maybe like 4 minutes, and we
Yeah.
did like, but as a kid, I was like, "That's so weird. He just didn't come back," and it was so creepy to me. But that's kind of the only memory I have of that. I
I
don't
don't
really have.
remember that at all. I remember a lot about that trip, but I don't remember that. I remember you being mad about the baseball, and I was like, I don't care at all. This
Yeah.
whole trip is based around baseball, and I hate baseball. I could not care less. Like, shut up.
Yeah, which is hilarious because you were born into a family that loves baseball. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, but to be fair, you were very good about coming to watch me play in high school, so that was always appreciated, even though I knew you hated baseball. So, but I will
Mm-hmm.
say your husband does like baseball a little bit,
Only
and
a
liked
little bit.
yeah, and liked watching me play. So, that was always nice. But yeah, those are
Yeah.
like that's really the only summertime vacation I remember taking as a kid.
Yeah, well, let me give you a little bit more insight into that trip because, again, it was one
Please
that
do.
should probably have been done in like 5 days. But maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. So the way that we got there was we went up through Canada. Of
That's
course.
right.
What
That's
else would
right.
we do? We went up through
Wait,
Canada.
didn't we stay at that weird hotel in Canada?
We Mm-hmm.
All
So
right.
we never, ever, ever like had hotels booked ahead of time, which I will say, like probably like 90s, early 2000s, maybe that wasn't as much of a thing, but you would think maybe like for when you're gonna be there, you'd have it booked, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we go up to Canada and we're just literally driving around. Like, I don't know like the geography of Canada super well, so I can't remember exactly where we were. But we like stopped at the beach, and like the beach, it was like 60, like it was freezing, like nobody was on the beach. So then you and me were kind of mad about that because we're like, okay, we're stopping at the beach, but we can't do anything. Like it's cold.
It's cold, yeah.
So then we kept driving and we were just like getting more rural and more rural and more rural. Like we weren't running into any towns.
I mean, that's what
So
that part of Canada is. There's nothing
yeah,
there.
yeah, because our end goal from Canada, like to get to New York, was Niagara Falls, and I was kind of
Mm-hmm.
excited about that. Well, actually, let me say, I was so mad we were going to New York and we weren't going to New York City. Like, and then
Yeah,
on
fair.
top of that, going to a baseball Hall of Fame. Like, I was so mad. But anyway, like I was kind of excited to see Niagara Falls, but I feel like what they had said was that we would be at Niagara Falls like that night, but then we're just literally in the middle of nowhere, like rolling hills, no towns in sight, like kind of creepy. Like definitely I would be creeped out now.
Mm-hmm.
So we stopped to get gelato at this random farm in the middle of nowhere. There's no other houses, there's no town, there's no nothing. It's just this random gelato place. And maybe there was like a corner store like a couple miles down.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was it. And mom and dad are like kind of like openly talking about how like we didn't have a hotel, we didn't have anywhere to stay, they didn't know where we were gonna stay that night. And the guy was like, oh, like we rent out like part of our house, like we have an apartment basically like at our house, like we can rent it out to you. And it was like 2 or 3 rooms and had like, a bathroom or two
Mm-hmm.
and like a kitchen and stuff. But I just remember being like so creeped out by that like we didn't know these people. We're in the
And we're
middle of
staying in the
nowhere. We're
house.
in a different country and we're staying at their house. We did. And you and me didn't even stay in mom and dad's room. Like I feel like now you'd be like, okay, for safety, everybody's staying in the same room.
Yeah.
No, you and me were just in random rooms in this people's house. Just crazy.
Mom and Dad had a lot of faith in humanity.
Mm-hmm. They're like, it's Canada. Really bad in Canada.
And literally, that's probably what they said. Like, it's
Yeah.
Canada. What's going to happen?
Yeah. So then I don't know how long it took us to get from there, wherever we were, to Niagara Falls, but we did get to Niagara Falls and we did see, I think Niagara Falls, like the actual like, visitor center, I think we did on the Canada side, which I do think is
It's the better
prettier.
side.
The better side. So we did do that. And then obviously driving, we saw the, New York side, doing that. And then Buffalo, which is not very nice.
But they got
Buffalo
wings.
Bills.
They have wings.
I would be a Buffalo Bills fan, but I don't know if I would.
Shout out Josh Allen.
But
And
we went
sorry,
to Buffalo. Yeah.
and I mean, one of the best people ever in history played for the Bills. Historically, loved his wife, O.J. Simpson.
Best guy around.
Yeah, he just really stuck it to the people.
I bet the president has a lot of nice things to say about him. I think he's probably a stand-up guy in his mind.
If the glove fits,
I mean, you gotta quit. Anyway, so we went through Buffalo, and then I don't know how long it took to get from Buffalo to our place, but I'm sure it was a couple days. I'm sure it was not a one-day thing. So we stayed in a hotel in Cooperstown. Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Cooperstown. Okay. Cooperstown, and I was happy about that, like to stay in a hotel, because I feel like usually our vacations we would tent camp, and I was not
Yeah.
about that. So we were staying in a hotel, and I think we did have like a suite or something. So like we had our own area.
Yeah, we had our own like twin beds in the offshoot
Yeah.
of the. I remember that.
Yeah. And then we went to Cooperstown a couple days, I think. Like, I don't think we just did once. I think we did maybe 1 or 2 or 3 days going to
Yeah.
Cooperstown. You and Dad saw baseball games, maybe.
Yeah, we went to the Hall of Fame one night, and then I think Dad and I went to. They do an old timers game, so we went to an old timers game one of the nights as well, or one of the days as well, because I don't think there was lights at the time. Maybe I don't know.
That's rough. That is rough. You gotta see. So we did that, and then we left. I mean, I was like, "This is so boring. There's nothing fun here. Like,
There's
I don't care
literally
about this at
nothing.
all."
There's nothing in Cooperstown. It's literally the Hall of Fame, and then there's a bar or a couple bars, and then there's like a bank. My old manager when I worked at the ad firm, she's from her husband's from Cooperstown, and she was like,
Okay.
it literally is one block. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
one block, and that's it. That's all Cooperstown is. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was, obviously not in love with that, but then we left. So then I'm thinking, okay, we're going home. I'm so happy. Like, it'll be a couple days, but we'll get there. So then we drive. Again, I don't know exactly where Cooperstown is, but we drive whatever direction it would be to go to upstate New York. Now, nowadays, I would be like, oh, upstate New York. Yeah, that's got to be beautiful. But then I was like, no. I want to go to Michigan. I don't want to go visit anywhere else here. We're not going to New York City. Go to Michigan. So we drive to upstate New York, and we were just going to look around, just going to see the views. And then we randomly run into this campground that had cabins that were available. So then we stayed for 2 or 3 days at the cabins in upstate New York. So we did that, and then I don't really remember the drive home, but I was just like, get me home. I'm over this. Because the cabin, like, yes, we weren't tent camping, but, like, we didn't have running water, and we didn't have electricity. Mm-hmm. So, and it was hot.
Yeah. It was the middle of the summer. It was, like, July. Yeah, I do know that, like, Cooperstown's already technically, like, upstate New York, but I remember Mom and Dad wanted to go, like, through the mountains. They want to go higher up, and they wanted to get to the lake, but like, there's nothing up there. It's literally just nothing. So
yeah, and they would always do like it would be on the trip. They'd be like, oh, like let's go this way and let's go like see what we run into. Like it wouldn't be planned out, and it wouldn't like so we would never know like how long these trips would last and where we would go, and like that would drive me insane. Now I mean, it did then too, but like...
Yeah, it drove me insane then. It drove both of us insane then. But like you literally... I mean, I got to a point like when you were in high school and like as I started growing up, like they literally could not do that because we had things that we had to like be home for. Whether it was sports or like other activities. We're like, we can't. You can't spend... You can't spend just 6 days like meandering around Ohio and West Virginia and wherever you want to go. We went to West Virginia too. I remember that.
So I think we went to
West
Virginia when we went to go to DC.
Yeah, different trip, but I just remember that. We
went to West Virginia and we went to Virginia, which our mom loves Virginia.
Yeah.
So we went literally specifically because she just loves Virginia, which is fine.
It's pretty.
It's weird. It's pretty, but also we had already spent... Well, I spent longer because I was already there. You guys met us, but we had already spent a week in Maryland.
Yeah.
And then went to West Virginia. And I remember one time we went to like a vineyard and they did a wine tasting, which our dad doesn't drink, but like our mom did a wine tasting. Now I love wine, so I would like that now. But at the time, we literally couldn't even go into the building. So they were like, okay, you guys hang out here. Just a random field. Nothing to do. We're going to go do a wine tasting. And like left us for like 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that trip was, it was cool, but like we stayed with your friend's grandparents, right? and they were on like the Chesapeake Bay, which was cool. But
And they
like,
had connections in DC and stuff. So
yeah,
yeah.
and so like when we actually went to DC, that was cool to see the stuff that was there, like go to the monuments and go to like the Smithsonian's and stuff like that. But when we were
Mm-hmm.
at like Chesapeake Bay, first of all, there's a lot of there's a lot of old people, which like whatever, but like we're kids, so like
Mm-hmm.
we want to do things. And I remember they woke me up one morning and they were like, "We're gonna go crabbing," and I was like, "I don't want to go crabbing." And Dad was like, "Come on, let's go. It'll be fun." It was so fucking boring.
Yeah.
It was so boring. We set out the traps and the bait, and then by the time we got to the last trap in the bait, he was like, "Let's circle around and see if we caught anything." Or maybe they set him out the night before. Yeah, they set him out the night before, and then we went and checked him, and we like didn't catch anything. And it was like 3 hours on the boat, and I was just like, "Can we go? This is not fun." And I don't like fishing. I don't do that at all. But it was so boring. But yeah, I remember
Yeah.
going to West Virginia on the
I
way
think you were
home.
the youngest one there too, because there were a lot of kids there. Because like she
Yeah,
had siblings and like she had
yeah,
friends too. So, but you were the youngest one there, and I think the only boy maybe. But they did have, and I don't know if it was this trip because I went there a couple times with her, not just once. At least one time we like drove the boat like to a restaurant like across the
hmm
bay for crabs, and I just like thought that was like the coolest thing. Like you drive your boat to the restaurant and dock it
it is
there.
cool.
So
It is cool. I mean, it's super cool. But yeah, I think I was the youngest one there because like I had to hang out with like Dad and like her grandpa and like
mm-hmm,
watch whatever was on the TV and then like go to bed on the couch. And I was like, this
mm-hmm.
is cool, like awesome, so
Yeah.
fun. But yeah, that's I remember going to West Virginia on the way home. It just reminded me because we went to, I think we stayed in a hotel that night. We stayed near West
Maybe.
Virginia University
Mm-hmm.
because we went and saw like the stadium, which is not a shock to our family.
Mm-hmm.
But I like walked around the stadium and they were having like the summertime practice. But I remember the hotel we stayed in, there was like people on their college visits staying in
Mm-hmm.
the hotel, and Dad and I were in the pool and at like 5 p.m. and by like 6 p.m. like it was rowdy, and Dad was like, "We gotta go. We have to. We have to go." And so that was funny. Just randomly got super rowdy with college kids, and there was a bunch of beer bottles and like music being
Oh yeah.
played, and so that was funny. But that's yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fun. It was. I think maybe I was in middle school by then, or late elementary school, so I
Yeah. I'm
have some,
trying to think.
could do
I
more
was
things.
in. I was maybe going into ninth grade.
Okay, so I was early or mid elementary school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Makes sense. But yeah, those are some of the summer trips, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously when I got into like high school and um, like middle school, sports kind of took up my summertime, so we didn't go as many trips. But we went to the lake a lot. I mean, like Lake
Yeah.
Michigan, we would go maybe a couple times a summer, which was, I mean, not uncommon for us, especially in where we live in Michigan. Like it's not far, so
No, it's
a lot of
very
people.
easy to get. I think anywhere you are in Michigan, you're no more than like 2 hours from a Great Lake.
hmm
So
Yeah, which is
you're
nice
lucky.
because they're super nice. I love going to
Mm-hmm.
Lake Michigan. It's one of the things that I miss about summertime down here because it's hot and I'm super far away from water,
Mm-hmm.
and the water here isn't great either. So just stuck being hot.
Yeah.
Stuck being hot. Okay, I was gonna tell the pool story after we
Mm-hmm.
got through our kind of childhood stories. So we grew up having I don't know when we got it. We had an above ground pool at our parents' house,
I
and
think I was in like fifth grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. Because we got it from our oldest brother's ex wife's family.
yeah, and I mean, most of I don't remember not having it.
Yeah, you
Like,
were really little. Yeah.
yeah,
You were
I
maybe
don't
like
remember
1.
it. Yeah, because there's tons of pictures of me on the back decker in the pool, or yeah, and there's tons of stories of me like stripping to get into the pool or into my swimsuit.
Yeah, you would just walk
My,
outside and just strip. And then when you got out of the pool, you just stripped and were like, Connor,
you
it's
can't
people
do
time,
that.
bye. You didn't
That's
care.
fair. No, I didn't. Couldn't care less, which is hilarious. But yeah, so I was obviously I'm the youngest, so I was the last one at our parents' house, and kind of as my siblings and Megan kind of left the house, it was like my responsibility to take care of the pool and put the shock treatment in it and skim the pool and prep it for winter, prep it for summer, things like that. And I remember I was going into like maybe eighth grade, seventh grade, and um, it wasn't super warm yet at all. And I got off the bus one day and I walked in the house and looked to my left, and through the screen door and the glass door there was just a pit of sand where the pool used to be. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
did someone rob our pool? Like, did someone steal our pool? I was like, what
That'd be a
happened?
lot of effort.
Yeah. And our dad got home and was like, oh, yeah, we sold it. We just weren't using that much. And I was like, we weren't using it that much. I'm the last one here. The only one that uses it is me. What do you mean we're not using it that much? But it was, I mean, it was a lot to keep up with and a lot to pay for with like the shock treatment and stuff like that. So I understand now, but like it was just funny to come home and like our entire pool is gone, and our parents being like, well, didn't use it that much, and I'm like,
Yep.
it's May.
Don't want to keep taking care of it.
I was like, it's May. It's not even warm enough to swim yet. What are you talking about?
Right. And I remember too, like one of their reasonings was like, well, we don't have any grandkids. Like we're not gonna have any grandkids for like a while, I don't think. And then I think literally like the next year they had their first grandkid.
Yeah.
And we're like, see, should have kept the pool.
Literally. Yeah, whatever. But okay, so what is your like favorite summertime drink or food and smell?
Mm-hmm. Favorite summertime drink. Maybe I don't know, because I don't feel like I like if I were to be like by like a pool, I would say maybe like a lime, like light beer. That just
Okay,
seems like foolish because I don't like White Claws or like anything like that. And I also
those are
don't like
awful.
really like lemonade either. Like it's just like
Yeah,
too sweet. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna drink
yeah.
a juice either. So I feel like that'd be my go-to. Like I really like our local brewery has a light beer, kind of like Corona or whatever. That's lime. It's my favorite beer. It's so good. Not that I drink beer a lot, but if I were to, like that would be what I'd want. So I'd probably say
Hmm.
that because again, I also probably wouldn't have like margaritas either, even though I love a marg. I'm old now. I can't do
Absolutely.
margaritas anymore. So probably that. Um, food. Mm, hmm. That's a tough one. I don't know.
It is a
Do
tough
you
one.
know?
I mean, my favorite food in the summertime is like any type of pie or crisp made with a fruit that
Mm,
is like harvested in the summertime. So like obviously like cherry pie, cherry crisp is my
mm-hmm.
absolute favorite, but that's more dessert than food. But I love anything on the grill, so like grilled chicken or like obviously I can't have beef, you know that, but grilled turkey burgers is that, and that coincides with smell. Like that's my favorite smell is like barbecue or any type of someone like grilling.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like when that summer I lived up north at the lake, and smelling people grill like every night. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's my favorite like
I do
food
love
or
that.
smell.
Yeah, I do love that. Yeah, I love walking through my neighborhood and smelling like all the different people grilling. I love it so much. That did remind me though when you were talking about what was the first food you were talking about? Oh, Chris.
Mhm.
Um, my all-time favorite fruit is peaches. So when peaches are like ripe in the summer, which has not happened yet, which that usually happens in May or June, at least here, and has not happened yet, so I'm getting a little nervous. But I'm supposed to get a peach delivery next week from
That's
Georgia.
what I was just about to say. That
I'm
mom said
excited.
that you got the peach truck again, the whatever it is. Some
Hmm.
they like ship you
We sure
peaches.
did. We sure did because last year everybody told us to do it. Well, was telling me, and then I think people were also telling her. And it's like they do a bunch of deliveries like close to me. And so I'm like, okay, like let's try it. Do you want to go in with me? Because it is kind of expensive. And I love peaches, and my son also loves peaches. So if I go to the store, like then they're like ripe, and I get five, I get like one because he loves them
Yeah.
too. So we did it and like we went through them so fast. And we didn't have a single bad peach. So we got the bigger one this year. So I'm super excited.
Well, I'm excited for you. I hope it's good. It'll definitely be something when we move there in the future that we'll tap into as
Mm-hmm.
well because I love peaches. Unfortunately, our son is allergic to peaches,
Mm,
so he
so
cannot
sad.
have any. But we will partake because we
Mm-hmm.
love them. Um, for drink, for me, honestly, raspberry tea, like like the in the pitcher. Um, uh, my friend's mom growing up would make raspberry and peach tea, like the Lipton packets in the summertime, and I love raspberry tea and peach tea. So that really like signifies summer to me. Obviously, it's not only in the summertime, but like when it starts getting warm and I have like a raspberry tea, I'm like, oh, it's summertime for sure. Or like when we'd have bonfires over there, she always had the peach tea on deck for us. So that was great.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and then I was gonna say for smell, I like after it rains. Like the smell after it rains.
Yes. Yes, I love that. I also love freshly cut grass, but I kind of associate that more with springtime because like that's like before everything's like bloomed, you have to start cutting the grass before
Mm-hmm.
like all the trees are bloomed. So that's I kind of associate that with springtime more than summertime.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I agree.
I love that smell as well. Okay, last two things. What is on your top summertime movie and music playlists?
Oof. Do you want to take this one first? Because I gotta think about it.
Yeah. Okay, so for movie, I think it's kind of there's a couple of them, but like Sandlot is very summertime to me. Of course, it takes place in the summertime, so like that's very
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
very top of the list. And then for music, uh, very strange. But do you remember Dynamite? I think it's by like Teo Cruz or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, when I think of summertime playlists and like by the pool or by the lake, Dynamite is always on there. I don't even like the song that much, but it just
Uh-huh.
reminds me of summer. So I have
Sure.
to say Dynamite is probably
Okay.
on the top. Yeah.
All
And I'm
right.
sure,
Interesting.
although I don't support him and don't love his music, but like Kid Rock, because he
Mm.
was played all
I feel
over.
like, yeah, also because we're in Michigan, I feel like
Yeah.
that one song where he says Michigan, everybody's like, yeah, that's us.
Yeah. 100%. That's literally what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, okay, movie. So I don't really like watch movies, so it's tough.
Okay.
To
Fair.
think of like a movie that I would associate with the summer. Um, I feel like if I'm like thinking of like memories, it'd probably be like Remember the Titans because I would watch you in the summer for a lot of
Yeah.
summers and that was your favorite movie. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like we watched that. Also,
Mm-hmm.
not a movie, but also we always would watch What Not to Wear. because it was on for
Really?
like, remember?
Oh
Yeah, it would be
yeah,
on for like 5 hours in the morning, and like nothing
that's
else would be on.
right.
Like there'd be like infomercials and stuff, and you and me would just be awake, and so we would just watch What Not to Wear.
That's right. Yeah, honestly, I just remember waking up and we would watch music videos on MTV. Um, I remember that. What not to wear. uh, and then, oh, there was another show that we watched too. Well, you watched a
Mm-hmm.
lot of Degrassi.
Oh yeah,
I remember that. We would
yeah,
have
because we had
the,
that one Canadian channel.
yeah, yeah, and then we would have, you would get the lean cuisine paninis,
Mm-hmm.
and those were
So
so
good,
good. Those were
super
phenomenal.
good.
But yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's like the summer times that I can like really remember is like
Mm-hmm.
waking up and you and I watching. I would I would go downstairs and eat breakfast and start watching music videos, and then I'd wait for you to get up and you would come down and eat your grapefruit, and then sit on the couch and we'd start watching like Degrassi or other things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or there was one other show that you watched, and it wasn't Gilmore Girls, but there was
Mm-mm.
another show that you watched that I wish I could remember it. But that's very core memory for me, for sure.
I'm sure we watched like
Yeah,
Maury or something too. I'm sure we watched like those like
probably.
trashy
Yeah,
shows. Cause like the What Not to Wear, like I don't even think it was on like TLC. It was on like
yeah,
CBS or something. Like it was like another network playing it, like old episodes in the morning.
yeah, yeah. Oh, we Supernatural. We also watched Supernatural
Yeah,
too.
we watched that. Yeah,
I do remember that. But
that's
yeah,
so
we
good.
definitely watched some like quote unquote bad TV shows. I'm sure we watched more than that. But
It
then
wasn't
like
like Jerry Springer, but it was like Maury and like
yeah,
Tyra and things like that.
which which is hilarious because I remember my first like celebrity crush was Tyra Banks. So I remember seeing her in life size and being like, she's pretty. That's like the first like adult or first person like celebrity wise where I actually had like a reaction or like a thought process of like, wow, she's pretty. But I remember
Mhm.
watching Life Size and being like, whoa, that's different. That's an interesting feeling. That's
Oh
odd.
boy. Well, she's literally like the Barbie, like the dream girl in that movie, so that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, and then in the afternoon, I remember we watched What I Like About You
Oh yeah.
and
Loved that.
Grounded for Life.
Mhm.
And
I feel like it was
then,
like the ABC Family and what was the other one? Like WB or something like that? Like lineup, like
yeah,
afternoon lineup,
yeah,
like that's what we would watch.
literally. Yeah, because it would go What I Like About You, ABC Family. There was another show that you watched that I didn't really watch with you. I can't remember what it was. And then there was one other. I just remember the guy was a dad in multiple shows, and he passed away in real life from a heart attack.
Oh,
Um,
John Ritter. Um,
yeah,
8 Simple Rules.
8 Simple Rules.
I loved
Yes,
that show. That show was
yes,
so good. Yeah.
yeah. That I remember watching that. Yeah,
hmm
that's what it was like. We did that every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much our day.
We didn't
For
do a whole
maybe.
lot. We watched a lot of TV. But
Yeah, we
also,
did.
they had me babysitting you in like literally fifth grade. Like I was like
Yeah,
fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade. And then I think in
yeah.
seventh grade, I also was watching other kids too, like just, early
And
2000s.
we lived in the country. There wasn't
hmm
the only thing we'd do is go play outside. But if we went and played outside, there's nothing to do outside either.
hmm
Like, so what else were we gonna do?
hmm
Like after I got my math book done and got my reading done, we just watched TV. That's
hmm
pretty much it.
Yeah,
So
that's what you get when you're not paying the babysitter and they're also 10, you know?
fair, fair. Yeah. And then, I mean, it's the same thing that happened like after you started babysitting other people or like moved um, or like had things to do in the summertime. Like I would wake up and watch music videos on MTV, and then I watched like Phineas and Ferb and Sweet Life, and then watched My Wife and Kids, and then like
Mm-hmm.
Everybody Hates Chris, and
The whole lineup.
yeah, I had a
That's
whole
why they
day
have the
planned out.
summer lineup. That's why they have the summer shows.
Exactly.
You'd be entertained.
Exactly. If you're leaving your kids at home, they're gonna watch this.
They got a babysitter. It's the TV.
Exactly. I don't have any other topics for tonight. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so. Well, that's really all I got tonight.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you for recording with me. Thank you all for watching or listening. I did get Spotify up and rolling, so we have some Spotify episodes out there. TikTok has been more consistent too, and YouTube. So we'll get back on this one per week kind of rate that we started with. So, but I appreciate you all watching and listening, and we will see you on the next episode.